The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey everybody, I hope all you had good holidays. Good to be back. We're going to look at some more tip of the weeks this year. We're going to start off with being a little more specific on some. We're going to look at variables, and we're going to change numbers today choosing variables. And I know some of you use M3 in Lawson, and you come up with funky looking numbers that are actually dates, and you need to convert it to numbers, and you want to convert to a date. And I'm just showing you a way of doing that. It's not the way, it's just a way. So I'm going to go ahead and get the PowerPoint going here. Change the numbers in our today's agenda. We're looking at the date format. Now this is the numbers 2012, or the year's 2012. The month is June, and the date's 1. And we want to convert it to more of a date format. Now we're going to convert it to a date so that you can format any date format you want to, because it will be a date field. So we're going to convert a number to a string. We're going to use variables to capture the positioning of each character, and then we're going to place those variables in the date function, year, month, date. So let me go ahead and let's go to Crystal, open that up. So on the left-hand side, this I'm actually using an Excel spreadsheet. That's where my database is, and this is a number field. And notice on the positioning, where I want to make the, in fact, I try to format this right now. If I right-click on it and I do a format field, I can't format it to a date because it's actually a number field. So what I want to do is convert this to a date field. I can't do it in this format. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in and create a formula to do that, and we're going to use variables to create that formula. So I'm going to go over and I'm going to right-click on the formula fields, select new. I'm actually call this order date just like the field is. And the reason I do that, this is actually a database field and this is a formula field. Now I'm going in, and what I want to do first is I want to convert our order date. I want to convert that to a string. So I'm going to go in, and there's two different functions. There's one called toText and CSTR. Now if you're not familiar with where they are, you can find them in the functions up here. And I'd go down and I would find strings, and then you'd have, go down here, you'll have two words, toText, and also CSTR, which is the same thing as toText. Now if you didn't know where they were located inside the functions up here, what you can also do is hit the control key and hit the space bar, and it comes up, and all the functions come up in alphabetical order. So I can type in toText, and there it is down here. Also I could have done CSTR, which is the same thing. So I'll double click on that, and if I'm not sure what CSTR is, I'm going to highlight that CSTR, or the function. I'm going to go up to the question mark, and I'm going to click it there, and then you can see the how this works. Now what I want to do is I want to convert this. I'm going to come back to this just a second, because we want to see what happens here. So we're going to have CSTR, our two-word text. I'm going to put an open paren in front and a closed paren in the back of this. And then I'm going to save and close just to see what we have. And I'm going to bring an order date inside the report. So what happens, it's a string. Notice it's on the left side of the object, which tells me it's a string, but you have the common, or the 1,000 separators inside here, and also you have the decimal places, and we don't want either one of those, because what we're going to go in, and I want to be able to grab each of the positions. I want to grab 2012 and turn that to a year, but I need to get rid of the thousands separator and the decimal places. So I'm going to go right back up here. I'm going to right-click on this field. I'm going to edit the formula, and then I'm going to highlight CSTR again, so I knew I'd come back to that, hit the question mark. And so it tells me that the X is up here. We're looking at the CSTR XYZ. X is our number that we want to convert. Y is how many whole numbers or how many decimal places do we want. We want 0. And Z is what do you want to use as a 1,000 separator. So if I go down and look at some of the examples I have in here, where CSTR returns the number, I don't want any decimal places, so I'm going to go back up to my formula, and so X is my number, which is right here. I'm going to put a comma, and how many decimal places I want 0. And then what do I want? The 1,000 separator? I want nothing. So I'm putting two quotes. So quote, and no spaces in there, just quote. So it'll leave it blank. Now when I save and close this, it comes back as the number. Now what I need to do with this is I need to convert this to, I want to grab the first 4 digits as a year, the second 2 digits as a month, and fourth 2 digits as a day. So I'm going to go back and right click on the formula. And let's add this formula. Now I'm going to go up here and I want to declare this as a variable. So declare as a variable, I have to tell it, is it going to be global? Global means I can use it in any other formula in the report. Is it going to be local, which is going to be in this formula only, or is it going to be in the shared, which I can share this report or sub-report? So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to, if I give nothing, it's going to be global. But I can go ahead and declare it as global. This is going to be a string var. And I'm going to call it OD for order date. So I'm going to give it the colon and equal sign, which just basically means the OD is the name of our variable, and the colon sign equals is the sign in this OD variable, our string variable we just had. So I'm going to save and close, and we'll look at that. There's an error here. I guess if I were to type that right, it would probably work a little better. So string var, full string var OD, and the OD is going to be our order date, which is now converted to a string. All right, so I'm going to put at the end of our variable, I'm going to put a colon. I'm going to save and close this. You notice that here we still have our order date. I'll right click on that, and now I'm going to start breaking it up. I'm at this formula. I'm going to go down the next line, and this is going to be a number bar. So I'm going to go in here. I'm going to call it local because I want inside this formula only, it's going to be a number var. And I'm going to call this number var, I'm going to call it YR for year. I'm going to put the colon equals, so I'm going to assign the value. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to assign the value of OD. Now remember OD is our 2012 month and date. So I'm going to go in and I'm going to, first of all, I'm going to just tell it OD. This is our variable. I want to grab, since right now it's a string, I'm going to grab it and I'm going to grab the first to the 4th spot. And let's close this. Now it's going to bark at me because the thing is I'm telling it a number and this is just a string, so I'm going to hit the, it says the number's missing. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back up here to the OD and I'm going to change this to number. So to number, old paren, and I'm going to go behind this to a close paren. Now why do we change it to a string is because with the string I can locate each and every one of the positions of that string, of the field. Then now I go and grab the first 4 characters and I change that to year. So notice I have 2 variables inside here. One's OD, one's year. Only the last variable is going to show, but both variables are inside here. So I'm going to check this. How about make that a number bar? I love doing this on the fly. Oh, and there's got to be a space in between, so I'm going to grab the first position to the 4th position, save and close, and now it's showing me that here's the year. So it's a number, that's what I want. Now let's go back, do the exact same thing. I'm going to edit this formula, and we'll go down, I'm just going to copy this. Go down the next line, and let's paste it in there. And we'll change the year, I'm going to call it MT for month. So MT, and we're going to grab position number 5 to 6. And so when I save and close this, it's going to show me the last variable on the formula, which is MT. So save and close, so it should be 06 or 6, which is our June. Go back and edit this again. And I'm going to go down one more line and paste it in there again. I'm going to change this to DT for day. And it's going to be positions 7 and 8. So we have the date. It's the last two characters. Now the reason it is important to have this portion of no decimal places and no thousand separators, because if I were to take this out, look what happens. See how well, it worked perfectly there, but it's not going to work perfectly, I promise you. Here it is. But see, that's given month. It's actually supposed to be grabbing the date. So let's put that back in there. Comma 0, comma, quote, quote, ready to go. That can be single quotes or double quotes. It doesn't matter. It just needs to be two quotes with nothing between there. Now I'm going to go down here, and I want to grab the date function. So I'm going to go up here to functions again. I'm going to look at date and date time. And I'm going to grab, here's our date function. And notice I have date, year, month, date. I'm going to double click on that. So our date up here, it wants the year first. So we're going to type in the variable YR, which is capturing this number. Then we're going to grab the variable MT, which is grabbing the 5th and 6th character out of the string, and then date, DT. So we're using this date function here, and I'm going to go ahead and put a semicolon behind this. I don't have to have it on the last line, but if you have multiple functions inside here, you can separate them with semicolons. So now I'm going to check the syntax. No errors found. I'm going to save and close. So now we actually have, this is now a date field. Notice if we want to highlight on top of it, it has date on the hover. So now when I right click on this, I can format the field to anything I want to, because now it's a date field and not a number field or a string field. So we're taking numbers, we're taking this order date, which is a number, we've gone in and we changed it to a string. We broke it up in different sections. So up here we changed it to a string. We've gone in and taken each portion of that string and broke up to year, month, and date. Then we got the date function and made that number a date. So let me go in, check, see if there's any questions out there. But that's what we have for today. Let's see if there's any questions. And I'm looking up here, no questions. Let me keep looking at it. Oh, there's a little question box up here, and there's no questions. I hope that this has been helpful. We're looking forward to seeing you throughout the year. And if you have, like I mentioned before, if you have subjects you'd like for me to carry or to cover over this next year, shoot me an email. So let me, in fact, I'll go click on that portion of it where the emails are on. Now send me an email, and then I'll try to fit those in this year. So thank you. Good to see you guys again, and y'all take care.